are you doing here? You... You didn't come looking for me, did you? Why? You must forgive my accusatory tone. But you know exactly how Jiz feels about me coming down here. He didn't send you to retrieve me, did he? I don't care about that. Jace can be as annoyed as he wants with me. This is the last time I'll be visiting this place anyway. The least he can do is grant me that. He cares about me. Funny way of showing it. Painting us all with the same brush. I was standing right there. I thought he was better than that. Clearly, he sees me as one of his own. He had to be reminded that I am not. Has he even been listening to what I've been saying all this time? Or was he just pretending to seem polite? Why else would I be so insistent on hurrying Hextech distributions to the Undercity? Obviously, any real Piltovans wouldn't be losing any sleep over it. Yes, I hate it. The us versus them mentality of it all. We are not some horde of creatures to be kept in check. I've grown to expect such things from the average citizen here. But the last person I expected to prop up those ideas was... Thank you, but I don't need your help right now. I'm sorry that you are, once again, privy to a side of me which I never wanted to show anyone else. I wouldn't blame you for thinking less of me as well. Well, I don't know what to think anymore. I have been violently disillusioned as of late. It is so easy for people to find reasons to hate each other, just as some backwards way of dealing with their own problems. It is more convenient to find a scapegoat and exploit them, and then wonder why nothing ever gets any better. They would rather have as many people as possible be as miserable as them. Crabs in a bucket. And that sort of hatred feeds off of itself the more it spreads. How are we meant to contend with such things? I'm not even sure if at this point most minds can be changed. No. I don't think this will stop me from trying. my time is almost up. There is no reason for me not to try to plead our case. You want honesty? Yes. I am afraid. I am scared of the Undercity's future. The future of Hextech. I'm scared of what the future will look like without me in it. That may sound egotistical, but I don't know if I can trust Jace with the responsibilities of handling Hextech properly. Yes, he promised. I can still have my doubts. I'm fine. Will you please listen to me? I'm sorry. The pain makes me irritable. And the circumstances even more so. Honestly, I don't know how you've been putting up with me recently. I haven't been acting in a way that is deserving of that. We are friends, but friends are fickle, you know. Many relationships simply do not last forever. Jace is still around. And I am still suspicious of his motives underneath it all. Even after a truly honest heart-to-heart, I don't think that I can feel the same way about him again. Or myself, for that matter. I am far more flawed than I ever wished to discover in my lifetime. The Hex Core. Jace promised he'd destroy it for me. It won't undo what I let happen, but I have hope. No one else will have to suffer at the hands of my hubris. But I did. I killed her. Maybe not with my own hands, but that makes no difference. She is gone because of my ambitions. I was so desperate, so intent on seeing if I could alter the course of my own fate. It never even crossed my mind that someone might find me altering myself. I locked the lab. I thought that would be enough. And I know what this sounds like. Just excuses of a broken man who cannot face what he's caused. You would be right. But the lack of foresight on my part, that cost Sky her life. I cannot ignore that. And truthfully, the only reason I would wish to extend my life now is to bear that burden the way I deserve to. It feels convenient, like I'm getting off too easy. The fact that I am already dying, that I won't have to think about it anymore soon. Wouldn't that bother you? That by some random stroke you seem to be forgiven of consequence? No. I cannot forgive myself. But that hardly matters when I am about to disappear. Just... I know you mean well, but telling me that my memory will serve others is... it feels tainted now. Part of what led me down this path was the fear of being forgotten. Despite having things to offer the world, I didn't want to end up being someone whose passing is never even noticed by the world around them. Like they never existed in the first place. There are a lot of people like that in the Undercity, you know. And I just thought that I still had a lot more to give. More mistakes to fix. More wrongs to right. I thought it was worth the risk. But I was wrong. And now, I feel that my worst fear has come true. That the face I see in the mirror now is one I am deeply ashamed of. I've spent my entire life doing all I could to prevent that. And now what? At the end of it all, I am receiving the fruits of my ill-conceived notions of becoming more than I am. And it is no less than what I deserve. Give me a moment. I need to rest. No. I'm fine. I don't need to cry. I don't deserve to. After all that has happened, the least I can do is bear this weight. Concerned. You shouldn't be. It makes little difference whether this serves to shorten my lifespan. I know, alright? I know what you've told me, and what I've tried to tell you in turn, and this is all just a waste. You don't need me, and you certainly don't need me knowingly playing the part of the most egregious hypocrite in all of the Twin Cities. No more lies. I can't lie to myself anymore. I don't understand. You really think so, don't you? This is beyond your standard human error. I don't think there is room for me to even consider. I just, I can't forget her voice, her face. She was turned to ash right in front of me. It's my fault. Are you happy now? I'm letting it out. But it's not making it any better. That makes it worse. She looked up to me. She loved me. Why? Why? I'll never know. I shouldn't get to know. She didn't deserve that. She had such a good heart. Such dreams. Dreams that could have carried on in my stead. I should have. Had I accepted my own death, this never would have happened. No. But it's all I know how to do now. Can you fault me for blaming myself? It is hardly inaccurate. We should continue. We don't. No, we don't need to stop talking. I am ashamed to say I am still behaving selfishly, but I'm scared. I'm scared to be alone, especially with my own thoughts. That's one of the most terrifying places to be trapped, in your own mind, when all it wants to do is self-destruct. I'm not strong enough to deal with that right now. I'm sorry to ask you to continue. This can't be a pleasant conversation to be having. I truly do not deserve a friend like you. If I said anything else, I would be lying to you and myself. And I can't do that anymore. I was down here to see the doctor one last time. I thought perhaps seeing his work and admitting to him that I could do no better. I thought it was necessary. That perhaps it might clear my conscience somewhat, and allow me to face my death with some semblance of dignity. He used to be a mentor to me. Once I saw the consequences of his methods, I couldn't bring myself to stay. And then, when I began to experiment with the hex core, I went back to see him. And after all that time, I told him I understood why he did the things that he did. How could I do such a thing? He may be wise, or at least experienced, but what set us apart was the value I placed on the better inclinations of humanity. That we shouldn't sacrifice ethics in the pursuit of our goals. It turns out that we were not so different at all. And he was right again. I was a fool to believe I could be any better. You don't need to comfort me. In fact, at this time, I would prefer you didn't. I don't want to spurn your good intentions. I still highly value what a good person you've always been to me. But I think I want to hurt for a while. I think this is something I need. I will try not to wallow in it. Excess of such things never does any good. But, well, you know me well enough by now, I suppose. I will not make any promises. You truly are more than I deserve. Jace, too. No. He would be saying the same things as you. For all his faults and all our disagreements, he cares for me greatly, even if I cannot see why. It would be unfair of me to ignore that. Of him. And of you. I'm sorry. I am truly sorry. I will stop indulging in the self-pity. That is not something that will make anything right again. It's just so easy to lose myself in all this grief. You're right. I don't have to with you two by my side. This may not be the ending that I wanted, but I believe I can find peace in its bittersweet nature. Perhaps I can serve as a cautionary tale, even if histories are doomed to repeat themselves. The more others learn about this, and of all my follies, the less likely it is that someone else who could make a truly wonderful difference in the world will succumb to such a fate. If that's what my legacy is, I will be happy. Yes, I am crying. I can't help it now. This has been a long road, both figuratively and literally. But now that we are approaching the bridge, I want to say that I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for standing by me. I hope this is not strange to say in a platonic way. It certainly isn't commonplace, but I care for you. I love you. And I love Jace. And I am truly lucky to have known you both. Thank you. let's head on back. I have a lot to think on, and some more amends to make. There are some things I don't wish to leave unsaid. But first, we could both deal with the rest. Then, let's go.